Guys, I want to welcome each and every one of you guys to my Facebook live tonight, Thursday night live, guys. I actually got my best friend on here today. He's actually going to share a little bit of his background and his story, guys. For the past, right at almost 3 years, I actually had the opportunity to work real closely with my friend Shawn. And Shawn, take it away, man. Just tell him a little bit about yourself, your background, how you actually got involved with not only not like building a network marketing team, but building a company, a whole company, helping your family. So go on and introduce yourself, Shawn.
Well, like you said, I'm Shawn McAnalley, and it's kind of neat. It says it right there on the screen, too. That's pretty cool, Troy. I feel like I'm on the news broadcast. I ought to be telling the weather or something. But I'm Shawn McAnalley. I'm an automotive technician by trade. That's the proper name. I call it mechanic, but that offends some people. But really, my job is to fix what the engineers didn't get right, in the first place. So I've done that for a long time. I really enjoy it. To this day, I still do a lot of that in my driveway for friends and whatnot. And any opportunity I get, really, I'm always getting a phone call or something. Would I be interested in working on this, working on that? And, I still like to do that in some of my free time, which that I really don't have much of. I just kind of have to make my own time there for that. But, I worked at a diesel shop for about 10 years. After going to Ford school and working at the Ford dealer for a while. And then after that, I went and started building hot rods with a friend of mine named Scott McMillan and Jeff Dunlap. They've been on a couple of TV shows recently, or in the past, should I say. It hasn't been too recent. It's been a couple of years now. But I was building hot rods with them, and the funny thing happened. I broke this finger off right here. As you can see, it's back on there. But I broke that finger off. We were actually working on a pirate ship that this man made out of Winnebago. It's pretty cool if you ever get to see it. I'm sure it'll be on TV. The other one he made already been on TV before. But this one's huge. And anyways, the concrete broke underneath it. And needless to say, the axle fell and a half-inch piece of plate steel knocked this finger in between the frame we had notched because we were putting air ride on it. And that steel knocked it off for me. So it wasn't very much fun, but I will say proudly that Dr. Brian Tobias, Fort Worth, if you ever need him, he is the best. I promise. I can feel this finger, no problem. It works. I can't even tell which one it is. My brother makes fun of me sometimes. I'll be telling my story and I'll point at the wrong one. But anyways, I broke that off. So I was kind of hanging out with my brother and my dad a little bit because it was kind of hard to work on cars with my hand up in the air like this, being held up in this cast thing. Looked like I was asking questions all day long. My sister-in-law, she says, tells my niece and nephew, "Hey, Uncle Shawn's got a question," just because I'm walking around like this trying to keep the swelling down, But anyways, I was hanging out with them and I just started kind of helping them, filling in the gaps, doing what I could to help them. And one day my brother came up to me, he says, "Shawn, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm kind of glad you broke your finger off. I kind of like having you around here, So I didn't take it the wrong way. It was kind of funny, though. A little Wile E. Coyote funny, It's Looney Tunes stuff. But anyways, so I started working with him and Dad and all the other guys on the team, and we started building this company, So I have my title or job. I don't know. I have a bunch of titles. I know you've given me about 4 or 5 of them, but, I just help the people get what they need, help them to help fill in. Yes, sir.
No, you're good. You froze up for a minute. You good?
Oh,
Go on and finish.
Okay. I just kind of help fill in the gaps, where the people, might need a little bit of help, kind of sometimes I'm a liaison between corporate and the team, out in the field, kind of wear a few hats sometimes, a little customer service here and there. And, just whatever we need done, we're a family owned deal. And, those of us that aren't blood family, I mean, we're still family, in this business. And we all, work together and we just do what we need to do to make it happen, no matter what our title says. So that's kind of how I got started. I mean, it was an act of God, really, because concrete should have been stronger than that, but it broke. So he wanted me working with him, I think, because that's the next option. It's hard to build hot rods and work on cars with a finger that's up in the air, one-handed. I'm sure it can be done. I know there's some one-handed drummers out there that are pretty good. Def Leppard had one, but I guess I could be a one-handed mechanic. I don't know.
The thing about it, Shawn, what I truly believe, and I know for a fact, because I know you're a believer and I'm a believer, there's no coincidences. Everything happened for a reason.
Mhm.
You know, I'm sitting here and I see your mom on there on the thing right now, and it's so funny because I mean, man, you know, me and you was friends way before this. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I was friends with your mom and your dad, and I remember me and you used to hang out together. I used to come over and used to
Mhm.
cook. My son, your kids taught your boys taught my son how to swim. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And they was just
Mhm.
little, so relationships play a whole big part of everything. I think,
Oh yeah.
man, because I remember sitting up in Starbucks just like it was yesterday, and I used to wear this big old button, and your mom had that. I think she had a Navigator at that time. And
Mhm.
she came in. I didn't know her. She just asked me, "Did I do network marketing?" And it was so funny. I said, "Absolutely. Are you looking for a business?" You know what I'm saying? But that started a relationship. Then your dad started. You know, they was already hanging out up there, and we became friends. And you know, years passed, and your dad told me, you know, eventually he would start his own company. But you know, I just kind of took it like whatever. And you know, after you get to know your dad, you know, he joking all the time. Your mom used to tell me, Troy, do you know he telling you the truth, or he just playing around with you? And half the time I couldn't even tell. Still can't tell to the day most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to me, you getting involved, man, I think that was a big deal because you were so busy building hot rods. I mean, at one point, we spent a lot of time together. We barely ever seen each other. I
Yeah.
would actually shoot you a text once a year, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was about it, man. But I just want people to truly understand two things: the power of relationships. But I mean, man, you really fits this role like perfect. I mean, you really care about people. I mean, you're a learner. I mean, you have really like just got in this industry, you know, from a corporate standpoint, but understanding the way what people in the field need, you know, the reps and
Mhm.
stuff. And you
Mhm.
there for them every step of the way. But not only that, man, even from, you know, I remember we went to an event and with Big Al. And I
Mhm.
said, man, we got to go up and take a picture with Big Al. And then you introduce yourself and you start communicating back and forth with Big Al. We bought a lot of stuff for him. And
Mhm.
so your journey over the past 3 years, man. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got that's what I'm talking about. We bought a bunch of books, a bunch of CDs and stuff. So I mean,
Uh-huh.
you dived in, man. You didn't look at it like, you know, I'm just gonna be here and kind of support the people. Uh,
Mhm.
tell people why was you so serious about learning, you know, the way everything works? Because I mean, you already had the people's personality, but the other part of the business aspect.
Well, it kind of, I mean, really, that's my personality. When I do something, I do it or I don't. I don't ever do nothing, you know. There's a good term I like to use with my mechanic buddies. Halfway, you know, there's a different term works a little better, a little quicker for that. But I don't do anything halfway. I always try and do my best when I do something. When in the automotive industry, I started that back in the late '90s, and you know, I've just always tried to be my best when I did that, and I always try and learn. And I'm not one that just likes to do something because somebody tells me, "Hey, this needs that." I want to know why it needs that, how you go about figuring out how it needs that. And that's what separates, you know, some people from others. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, one person's better than the other. Sometimes we just need some parts changers out there. You know, hey man, go put this on there. And they get real good at it real fast. But you got to have the guy that figures the things out, you know, figures out why it needs it and what for. Well, I'm the same way when it comes to this. You know, you know, I've gone everywhere I can with you, you know, when you've invited me to go learn from these other people because I want to know what works. Because if I already know what works, then I can make it better. You know, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. You figure out how the wheel works, and then you make a really nice set of 24-inch wheels. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, that's just how that works. So you don't, you know, you need to learn what's known first and then improve upon it. And you got to see, you know, that most of life out there is opinions. You know, there's lots of opinions out there, you know, and one opinion works better for one person than it does for the other, you know. And so I like to see how others do things and what worked for them, you know, through business and whatnot, no matter what it is. And that's just how I do things. If I'm not gonna do it wholeheartedly, I don't want to do it. I rather focus my time on something that I really enjoy. And I really enjoy, excuse me, had a little bit of dark chocolate here a second ago. But I really enjoy working with friends and I enjoy helping people. That's really what I liked in the automotive industry. I love to be able to help somebody when they're having a bad day. When your car breaks down, that is a bad day. For some people, their car costs more than their house. You know, so that's a very, very expensive cost right there. I'm not going to say it's an investment because they always lose money. They always lose value. Oh, you don't invest in a car. Maybe some cool hot rod, but really it's just because the value of the dollar goes down. They don't become worth any more money, you know.
Yeah.
Same thing with a house. But anyways, the times that I did all that working on the cars, I got to help somebody out. You know, sometimes people get aggravated, you know, when things don't go their way, but it ain't my fault. Their car broke, not mine. You know, I'm just doing the best I can to help them, you know, but I really do and get enjoyment out of that. And then doing what I do in network marketing with you guys, I really get to help people's health, and I get to help them make a living sharing that with others. And that's really what I enjoy about it. It's the same thing. It's just a different avenue. I get to help people out in a different way. You know, one way it's with their cars, this way it's with their health and with making some money.
Yeah, it's you know, I was talking to you before we got started, man, and you know, I told you I was listening to an interview, you know, by I'm gonna get Doug Fireball a shout out, you know, Wealth Nation. He got me involved in that. But anyway, I was listening to an interview, and he was interviewing a lady who started a network marketing company, her and her husband, right? And it was a trip because it made me kind of think about not only you but your family in a whole. You know how you guys really are servants, and you just really want to help people. And that was her journey. You know, she kind of broke down on the interview because, you know, she said she was starting to tear up because they had helped so many people, you know, in two areas. This was a wellness company too. They helped so many people with their help, but not only they help, but change their financial situation. So, you know, one thing I can give hats off to you for, man, and, you know, Shane and your dad and your mom and just the whole family completely. And just the people in a part of the whole company is that they really care about people. You know, they really want to see people win. You know, one of the things that really impressed me when I first got involved with the company was that the product was amazing. It was something that, you know, we knew everybody needed health-wise, right? Because when I look at anything, that's one thing. I was actually talking to a guy yesterday, and that's what he was saying. He said, Troy, is the product good? And can I make money if I don't put nobody in the business? And I was like, absolutely, man. I said, if you go get, you know, a handful of people, you can easily get to $300,000 a month. Depending, all you gotta do is just share the information about our product, you know.
That's one thing that really makes me proud about it too. Is we've taken the industry the direction it needs to go in that manner, to where yes, you don't have to build a team. You don't, you know, a lot of people, you know, have a bad taste in their mouth from network marketing in the past, you know, because they might not have had the right mentor, the right leader, you know, and that's the role I try and fill, you know, the best I can. You know, can't be there for everybody, but I do my best. But, you know, a leader like yourself, you know, your team is just really growing because you guys have, you know, you guys have a culture that you've set in a way where you help each other, you know, to share the product with others. Not that you try and, hey, man, because business ain't for everybody. Not everybody wants to do it. Some people are just happy, you know, going to work, getting a paycheck from somebody and going home. You know, I did that for years. I'm going to have to say I was happy doing that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, in this business here, you do have an opportunity to do something for yourself, whether it be make a little bit extra money or just help your family and friends out and get a little money, you know, on the side for doing that. Or you can make it a full-blown career, if you will. You know, it's your own business. I mean, and that's what's so good about this. And what, like I said, we learn, you know, what's already there and then improve upon it. And I have to say that's what my brother has done, and Eric also, and Handy, of course, all the guys up there at corporate. What they've done is looked at what was already done and improved it, because the way it was going, you know, like a lot of other companies, you know, people, you know, they get that bad taste. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, and that's not how we are. You know, you can earn some income just by sharing the product with someone and then purchasing some, just by getting customers. That's how, you know, that's what I really like about the way we, you know, are building this business.
I think a lot of it has to do with the culture you build. You know, like, you know, most of the people on here, you kind of heard my story. You know, I've been in the industry for like 17 years, going on 18. First company I did very well in. Second company stayed there 8 years. They had a real good culture. But, you know, it was a team I was on. I wanted to really be able to work closely with a team that had a real strong culture. So I joined another company. But the reason why I joined that company, I wanted to figure out, how do I build culture? So what you see, you know, like he was talking about the team, you know, my team, Team Destiny. I used to have a TD up there. You know, I truly believe in building culture and letting people, you know, I mean, we talked about it before. Some people just want to be a part of something real big. Some people just want to make a few $100, and some people want to make, you know, a lot of money, right? But my thing of it is, through building culture, I just want people to fit in where they fit in. If a person, I don't want to like push nobody. I want to kind of pull them to me. And that's the same way I prospect. I prospect from a pulling style versus pushing, like, man, you got to do this. You need to build this business. You need to do that. And I know you see my style. Like, I see some people that's really great, even on the team, that could be awesome and really create a huge income in the business. But I don't pressure them. I just try to let them just come along. And I go work hard to find the builders, to find the people who really want to make the serious money. Because, like you said, man, it's $3,000 a month. And what we do, it's easy just off of customers, right? But, if a person really want to make, let's say life-changing income, they will have to build a team. They will have to show people on their team how to get customers, because customers is the lifeblood of your business. You know what I'm saying? So them people that just want to get like 10, 11 customers, 5 customers, you just got to let them be where they at. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the biggest mistake, man, you talk about sometimes, Shawn, is that some people shouldn't even be in the business. They should just be customers.
Sure. That's right. And that's some of that other culture and the other way, in the past, other companies have done things. And that's what I really like about ours, because, just being part of the culture, just being a customer and hanging out, sometimes that's what it's about, and some people, once they start seeing it, start getting around it, then it becomes for them. It's kind of like, some people worry about building a team. Well, once you learn how to share with customers and build some customers, well, you started learning how to do it. So then really building a team is just showing that next person, which generally ends up being one of your customers, because they can see it after a while because they've been exposed to it, showing them how to do it. And they've already kind of learned, so being part of it is what it's about. And that's where I see your team going right now, is everybody's starting by building customers. Like any business needs customers. Customers are the most important things to any business, more important than anything. They're more important than anybody in a business. Customer is number one important, and that's how we like to think of it. And, and that's how we also like to compensate people. That's why we compensate the most for that, unlike some other companies may do. And, and that's, like I said, we try and learn what is being done and improve upon it. And I think we've done a pretty good job of that. And really, honestly, Troy, for those that say that it ain't for them, they might just not have cut their finger off yet. It just ain't happened for them.
Sometimes, people just got to see stuff. They might say it's not for them, and they might use the product, and then after using the product, they become a believer. I was talking to a guy that's made millions of dollars in the industry, and he was doing something else. He wasn't even doing it. And man, I wish I would have got in contact with him before. But anyway, he wasn't doing it, and his wife was dealing with some kind of health challenges, and one of his friends sent him some product, and the product kept his wife, right? And just from that product helping his wife, he came out of retirement and started building again. So sometimes it's easy to approach people as from a customer standpoint. Now, me back, when I was in my early 30s, when I got in the industry, I wasn't thinking about nothing. Like, you had to show me the money, because I'm an A-type personality. I'm driven off of, acquiring like money, wealth, things. But now, as I got older, I'm in my 50s and stuff, I'm more driven off making an impact in other people's lives. That's what drives me more than anything. I talk to people all the time, and I was like, to me, it's about making an impact. If I got something, I'm not just trying to sell anything. I got to be offering somebody some product or service, which we got products that help people. And then for people who want to make money, I got to be able to show them a system and stuff that they can make money. If they want to make $500, $1,000 or more, right? So I'm more now, as I got older, I'm more about making an impact more than anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we kind of relate, Shawn, because you're the same way. You care about people a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? You want to make an impact in other people's lives, because that's what it's all about, man. You know what I'm saying? As we go through this journey of life, I think it's about making an impact in other people's lives, sharing, information with other people, and let them make a decision to see if it's for them or not.
Most definitely. I mean, 100%, because really what life's about is helping others, because when you do that, the money comes. Money is just a tool that we use to survive in this world. And the more of it that we acquire, the more we can help others. And the more we acquire, the more we can help others. It's kind of an ongoing chain reaction, and it might not always be money, but, there's value in all kinds of things out there. I mean, knowledge is great. The more you learn, the more you help others,
Knowledge is king, Shawn. You sit up here, I got books like crazy. This one I got. I got this one over here. And I was walking through the house. That's my friend Nate. I want to give him a show.
I saw you interview him.
I got this book right here, man. I got books everywhere. You come over every other day, we getting books in the mail because what it is too, and I think people miss the whole point because I did in the beginning. When you building a business like this, it's a business tied to self-development because you got to get out of your comfort zone. You know, we talked about that before, and I think a lot of people don't want to get out of their comfort zone. You know, you talked about, have you seen a change in me over the last, like, what, maybe 60 days or so? You know, I give a shout out to Ray Higgins. I did a 14-day video challenge with him. I wouldn't have been doing videos like this. I got out of my comfort zone all the way out. And then I even reached out to some of my friends that's very successful in the industry. Then I reached out to some of my friends that's on their journey like I am through the industry. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, 7 months ago, I wouldn't have did nothing like this. Before Corona, I would have been we would have been doing meetings of trying to figure out how to get people to our office over there.
Yeah, well, you know, and there again, you know, that's God's timing. You know, you just lost your finger, it sounds like.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what I mean. You know, it's timing. That's what it is. And the timing's right now because we're in the wellness industry. What better time than when there's a pandemic out there, epidemic, whatever you want to call it, than being in the wellness industry, you know, because we are about health and we're pretty good at it, you know. So, I mean, everybody needs it. It's a timing thing. It's exactly what it is. It's a God thing.
Well, check this out, guys. You know, actually at 8:30 tonight, Central Standard Time, I'm doing a webinar. I'm actually going to do a webinar and show people about our product. I'm going to show them people who's actually looking for a business, how they can actually partner up with, you know, myself and Shawn and, you know, the company as a whole, and how they can actually make an impact, not only in their life, but other people's lives. And maybe they just want to be a customer. And, you know, we got some stuff that's amazing. But before we get off, Shawn, I would like you to share just one quick story, because I like to I always tell people documentation be conversation any given day. You know, I could tell somebody that, man, this right here, a guy did this, right? Just tell them just a small little background about your dad.
Okay. Well, my dad is, his name's Dr. Bill H. McAnalley. Don't Google that because you don't have enough time to read it all. You might not make it through it by the end of your life. But no, go ahead and Google it. That's fine. But he's actually the father of aloe. That's where he started. He found the active ingredient in aloe. He was chasing the drug side of things because that's what he was taught as a pharmacologist. But then he soon learned that it was best that everybody could have it without a prescription. And he found that it was better as a whole plant anyway. So, of course, you know, he has the best aloe on the planet. But he didn't stop there. He researched and, you know, found these new products that we have, and which Troy will tell you about on that webinar. But, I mean, really, they're changing our health, you know, for the better. I'd have to say, he says it's his best work ever, and I'd say I have to agree, you know. But, yeah, I mean, every aloe product you see out there, you can, you know, you can say it's probably because of his discovery, you know. So, and
you got to, you know.
And this other stuff he's got now is, you know, way better than that.
So. You got to think, too, though, you know, Shawn, before I let you go, you know, you can even tell them a little bit about, I mean, what Shane done in the past. You know, your brother, the CEO of the company, you know, he's actually accomplished a lot himself. Oh, I mean, he went to school to be a doctor and decided he wanted to do this. I told him he don't know how to be a doctor no more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, when you get tired of practicing, you know, and you figure out what you're doing, then you start doing it, right? They say they practice medicine. My brother got tired of practicing because he figured out what he was doing a long time ago. Said, I don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah. He right in between his bachelor's degree and medical school, he had a year there in between them. It was a little year, you know, where he worked a little bit. And he actually worked beside my dad. He actually created some products with him. That was, golly, man, that was early 2000 maybe. Wait, that was a long time ago. Long time ago in the early 2000s.
Making me feel old, bro.
About 20 years ago, yeah. But no, he actually himself, I mean, I don't know how many patents my dad has. He got hundreds of them, but I know my brother has 5 or 6 of them, maybe more than that. I'm not trying to undercut you there, brother. But I know he's got quite a few of them too, and the discoveries he's made alongside dad there. And, you know, he went on and decided, you know, he saw what goes on in the medical industry, and, you know, he knows those guys got their hands tied. You know, there's certain things they can do and certain things they can't, you know, and our, you know, our food is, you know, it said years ago that, you know, let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food, you know. So there's something to be said about that. And, you know, like you said, we're believers. And, you see in the Bible all kinds of herbs mentioned. You see aloe vera mentioned in the Bible. I mean, it's not there for no reason, So, I mean, there's something to be said about that. And that's kind of the direction Dad went. And my brother following in his footsteps, Now, my brother's, he's a MD. My dad's got a PhD in pharmacology. So my dad's study is medicine, and my brother's basically his study is the application of it. So it's really a good team that they have there. And like I say, my brother, he decided he wanted to go this route with my dad because he could see a lot of potential there. He still got his medical license. He could always do that if he wanted to, but he saw that he could help the world a lot better this way, And that's what he chose to do. And he learned how to do some business. He didn't have a business degree. He don't need one. He knows how to do it. He's doing a heck of a job. I mean, really a heck of a job running the company. He actually has proven himself on a couple of other companies before this one ever. So, as far as the company being run smoothly, golly, our operations officer and our compliance officer and then our executive officer, my brother, I mean, between those three guys and along with, our ladies in the office, I mean, as far as the business being run, that's not a problem. I mean, it's a well-oiled machine. That's what my brother says, and it's true. It is. And they do a great job of that. So there's nothing lacking there, I'll have to say. And then with his medical experience, he sees, he can see how the body's supposed to work and whatnot. And he sees how these products can really help, and, along with my dad. So really it's a heck of a combination. What better than your son to follow in your footsteps? He's been eating dinner with you every day. I've been learning from you the whole time. He's got way more schooling than anybody could ever get in any college. You couldn't afford it.
And the crazy
thing, I know I'm paying for my kids' college right now. I hope they learn something in that day.
Yeah, and hey, so my son on a scholarship, and I'm still paying. But that's an awesome combination, guys, and I hope you guys got that. Shane, I call him Shane. Some people call him Dr. Shane, but he's a great guy. He is a doctor. He's the MD now. He can practice if he wanted to, but he chose not to. He chose to actually run this business, but not only this company. He got other companies he run alongside with Aroga. I said the name. Now y'all might be able to figure it out. But anyway, he run other companies alongside with this company, and they manufacture their own product, plus other products that, actually is being sold through a traditional format. I mean, so guys, if you're looking for a business or if you're in business, just remember, you can build your business by getting customers, create the right culture, make everybody feel like they're family, because guess what? The team you building with inside your company, your network marketing team, your business, they are your family. They're your family outside of your blood family. So if you do that, create the right culture, man. And if you're looking for a family, you're looking for a business, you're looking for some people that's really going to care about you. You're looking for some people that's going to teach you step by step on how to build a business and how to be successful and put you in front of the right information and the right people. Hey, like I said, inbox me, shoot me a message at 8:30. I'll shoot you the link. I'm actually doing a live webinar where I'm going to explain everything step by step on what we got going on. Also, I'm going to throw in some bonuses too on that webinar. So don't sit on the curve and be like, man, I'm going to think about it. No, go on and get on this one tonight at 8:30.
And that's one thing I was going to say too. If you're going to be on this team, there ain't no better team to be on. Be with Troy, work with Troy. And guys, by all means, don't let any past negative experiences you've had with business cause you to miss out on all the positive experiences you're going to have here. Do not let that happen to you. Really check out and see what he has to offer, because it ain't going to do nothing but help you. It's not going to do anything but help you, no matter what level you'd like to come in at. Okay, so don't miss out on that.
All right. With that, guys, we're going to wrap up. I want to thank you, Shawn. I want to thank you taking the time out, man, and doing this with me. God bless all you guys that tuned in. I hope you guys have an awesome night. Like I said,
saw all them comments over there. Hello, guys. There's some of your team on there, and there's some people I've never even heard of on there. So.
Yeah, I can't really sit. But anyway, man, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for getting on tonight. God bless. And if you guys actually decide to get on the webinar, I look forward to seeing you on there. Shawn, I want to thank you for taking the time out for doing this. You know what I'm saying? I know we're going to do some more. I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have Shane on here. So, man, I just want to thank you, bro.
You bet. Hey, and one more thing. One thing else I wanted to say is Troy, he's not going to get you going and then drop you off. He's going to be there for you the whole time. I've seen him do it. And now he continues to do that. And along with his team, he hasn't just taught them, he hadn't just given them fish. He's taught them how to fish. And he'll do the same for you. So that's one thing you got to look forward to, being on Team Destiny. All right. Thank you, Troy.
All right, man. God bless. Have a good night, bro.